Hey YouTube, it's Dimitri. Today we're going to learn a little bit about hammering and dollying. This is just kind of a quick basic overview and kind of just showing the Fairlane project here. Nothing super technical, but you'll see in this video here, I'm going to hitting around this radiator brace on the front of a 1966 Ford Fairlane. My dad had a little bit of a fender bender back in the day. I'm doing some restoration on this. This is the perfect part to actually practice on because it's not going to be visible. We're going to have a bumper on the bottom. We're going to have a grill. We're going to have lights. We're going to have a bunch of stuff that goes over the top of this. But you'll see here as I take my hammer and Dolly Set, I'm going to be using these different sorts of dollies, which are these hard metal pieces, and they're a variety of shapes. So this one I'm using here is a half circle, which worked pretty well on getting some of these flat spots, because I can hold on to the round part. But the way I learned to do this a little bit, and it worked pretty well, is you actually put the dolly to the side of the dent or the bump that you're trying to hammer out here. You do not want to, at least this is what I've learned, you don't want to put your dolly on the backside of the bump and then use the hammer to smash the metal and make it too thin. The goal here is I'm just reshaping this radiator brace here to get it straightened back out. I don't want to make the metal thinner and weaker. So what we're doing is we're putting that dolly on the side of the bump behind it, on the, kind of the dish side of it. And then on the outside where I have a big bump and it's sticking up, I'm using the hammer to smash down that hill or that little bit of a mountain there. And that is going to push the metal back in to the original shape. And then I'm going to use this angle grinder here with a strip it disc, and we're just going to go around and I'm going to smooth out and take off some of the paint. All that really does for me is just shows me where the low spots are. So that's all I'm using here. I'm not using any sorts of inks or, complexities here to get it like absolutely perfect. But I like to kind of work the metal itself and then come back and use that strip it disc, which is very large. And then it kind of checks the smoothness of this. Now I'm coming down to kind of the more detailed part of the brace itself. And again, we're just going to hammer this out. I'm trying to get out a lot of these bumps and lumps. And you'll see I kind of switch sides from the one side to the, the front to the back, depending on which side's kind of sticking up and I need to hammer down here. Now the toolkit I'm using, I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested. I believe right now it's like $55 on Amazon. It's performance tools. It comes with, I believe, 4 little dollies and 3 different types of hammers. It's good. I really like it. I've enjoyed it. I've started to kind of fall in love with this metalworking process here. It's something that I find somewhat enjoyable. And yes, it can be a little frustrating. Things don't just magically go into place. But it's actually a fun process here, and I'm learning a lot about kind of the body work here. But this is just a great kind of exercise when you start to work on these parts of the car that aren't really seen behind the scenes and aren't really structural as well. So anyways, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, until next time.